Hi guys, welcome to another Total Technik video. Today we're going to be looking at removing your airbag. This applies to the B6 model, A4 and S4. Okay, so this is what we're going to be concentrating on today. The B6 model has this triangular three-spoke shaped airbag, as opposed to the B7, which has a perfectly kind of rectangular square shaped airbag. So it's very distinctive. This is the B6 style of airbag here. We have filmed a video for the B7 airbag also, and what I'll do is I'll put a link on there for you. If you're a B7 owner, I'll put a link in the information section below this video on YouTube, so if you own a B7 you can go and check that video out, although the process is very similar, if not virtually identical between both. But if you want to do it properly, you can check out the B7 video. Assuming you own a B6, let's get this removed. So the first thing that we need to do before we can actually look at removing this airbag is to disable the airbag system. Obviously airbags are an explosive device, and so there are safety precautions that must be followed. Now, going by the official Audi manual on how to remove the airbag here, what you need to do is we're going to disconnect just the neutral, that is the black connection on the battery. You leave the red, the positive, connected for this process. That's going by the official Audi manual. If you're more comfortable disconnecting both the neutral and the positive from the battery to completely disconnect it, that's absolutely fine. Just bear in mind you may have to have your radio code and things of that nature will need to be put back in when you do reconnect the battery. But going specifically by the Audi official workshop manual, you only need to disconnect the black neutral connection from the battery. So that's the first thing you need to do, is pop your bonnet up and disconnect the black connector from the battery before we move any further. So get that done and we'll carry on. So once we've disconnected the battery, what we're going to look at doing is creating a little bit more space for ourselves, so we're just going to put this into a bit of an easier position to work from. So if you make sure, in case your steering lock is on, make sure your key's in. Yeah, it is on this one. Release your steering lock, and what you're going to do is pull it all the way up and all the way out as far as you'll go. And we're going to lock it in that position. Now we're going to be unscrewing the bolts that connect this on. You can actually do it from the top or from underneath. What I'm going to be doing this time is I'm actually going to be doing it from underneath, which is why I've kind of moved it up rather than down. But you can do it from the top or the bottom, but we'll take a look at that now and I'll show you where the bolts are. So first of all, I'm just going to quickly show you where the holes are located, which give you access to the bolts to remove this. It's actually on the rear of the steering wheel. If you can come around the rear there, hopefully you can see that just at the end of my finger there. We have that little hole in the back of the steering wheel itself. That hole in the back of the steering wheel gives you access to the torque screw that actually holds that on. So you see we've got one here, and we've got an identical one on the direct opposite side of the steering wheel as well. So that's what we're going to be working on. So to allow us to do that, what I'm going to do is going to turn the steering wheel through 90 degrees, like so, and that will give me access, as I'm going to be working from below on this, that will give me access to this this bolt hole here. So we'll grab the Torx bit and we'll get this removed. Now I find the easiest way is to actually use a Torx bit. This is a Torx size 30. And a size 10 ratchet spanner in this manner. You can do it with a small wrench and socket if you prefer. I find this to be the easiest way. Now, like I said, this is a Torx size 30. When you insert it into the hole just here, note that it doesn't go in straight as you'd think it is. It's kind of on almost a 45-degree angle. So sometimes it can take a little. That's gone straight in. Hopefully you can see the angle on that isn't straight, it's at 45 degrees. I'm just going to slacken this off, and it doesn't actually need much to crack it off. And note that the bolt doesn't actually leave the steering wheel, so after we've removed the airbag, this will actually stay in situ. Now, the easy way to tell if you've undone it enough is as you turn it, you should hear it clicking each rotation as it gets to the end of the thread. Hopefully you can hear that there, like that on the hopefully you can hear that on the video. So I know that that one's already at the end of its thread, that one's completely undone. So that's fine. So what we'll do now is we'll rotate the steering wheel 180 degrees, and that will give us access to the hole on the opposite side, and we're going to do exactly the same on that side. So let's get that done, and then we can look at removing this from the car. So we've now removed the two Torx screws that are in the rear of the steering wheel here that hold this airbag into place, and those are the only two things that actually hold this this airbag into situ. I'll turn this back to the centre, a little bit more easy for you to see. But if you give it a wobble, you'll see that the whole thing is ready to jump out now. There are electrical connections on the back of here, so don't just think you can just take this straight off. You have to lift it up carefully to gain access to the wires that are behind that. Okay, so when you do pull this forward, do be careful, because you do have the wires that are ready there that need to be disconnected. So we'll take a look at that now. Okay, so if I lift this forward and up carefully so you can see, that'll show you the electrical connections that are within this airbag here. As you can see, you've got two plugs. You've got a yellow plug here that connects through into the squib or the clock spring. Now if you want to disconnect that, you've also got several of these kind of spade connectors as well that also need to be disconnected. You may have additional kind of connectors as well, all come through this depending on what optional extras you've got fitted to your car. But that's one option. The yellow plug's very easy to get out, but the spade connectors can be a little bit of a pain. The other option, which is what we're going to look at, is to attack this this purple plug with this yellow insert here, because once you've disconnected that, it's only the one plug. You haven't got to worry about any of the spade connectors or anything of that nature. So we'll take a look at this now. So to disconnect this, you need a small flathead screwdriver. Just press that into the end. There it comes. Almost out. And the yellow part does actually need to come out quite a way before it will release. There it is. So it's a little bit of a fiddle. Like I say, you've got to pull it out a little bit further than you think, but that's how you disconnect that. Now, if you zoom out a second, you can see that is your airbag completely 100% removed from the car and good to go. So that can be removed, replaced, or you can do any of the further work that you need to do. But that's how to remove your B6 airbag.